In this biography, you will learn about Amelia Earhart's extraordinary journey, from her spirited childhood in Kansas to her daring, record-breaking flights that redefined the possibilities for women in the early 20th century. Amelia Earhart was not just a pioneering aviator. She was a visionary who saw the airplane as a symbol of freedom and equality. We'll explore her early years, where a blend of adventure stories and an unconventional upbringing ignited a fearless spirit within her. This spirit led her to the front lines of World War I as a nurse's aide, a role that profoundly shaped her worldview. From being the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic to her audacious attempt to circumnavigate the globe. But beyond the headlines and accolades, Earhart was a relentless advocate for women's rights, a best-selling author, and a daring experimenter who worked closely with engineers to modify her aircraft. Yet, Earhart's life was not without its challenges. We'll uncover her struggles against the societal norms of her time, her battles with financial instability, and the personal resilience she displayed in the face of adversity. Her marriage to George Putnam, a partnership rooted in mutual respect and freedom, and her friendships with influential figures like Eleanor Roosevelt, paint a picture of a woman deeply connected to the cultural and political currents of her era. The mystery of Earhart's disappearance in 1937, during her ambitious flight around the world, remains one of the most compelling enigmas of the 20th century. This biography not only traces the events leading up to her final flight, but also examines the impact of her loss on the global community and the enduring legacy she left behind. Memorials, scholarships, and festivals continue to celebrate her life, ensuring that her spirit of adventure and her message of equality resonate through the ages. Amelia Mary Earhart was born on July 24, 1897, in Atchison, Kansas, to a family that valued independence and adventure. Her childhood was unconventional for the time. Amelia and her younger sister Muriel were encouraged to explore, engage in physical activities, and pursue their interests, a stark contrast to the typical expectations of young girls in the early 1900s. This upbringing played a pivotal role in shaping Amelia's fearless and adventurous spirit. Her family faced numerous challenges, including her father's struggle with alcoholism and frequent unemployment, which led to financial instability and frequent relocations. Despite these hardships, Amelia's mother, Amy Earhart, ensured that her daughters received a good education and were not limited by traditional gender roles. Amelia's early exposure to literature, particularly adventure stories and tales of heroines, fueled her imagination and sense of adventure. Earhart's education was varied and non-traditional. She attended several high schools and showed an early aptitude for science and sports. However, her life took a significant turn during World War I, when she served as a nurse's aide in Toronto, Canada, tending to wounded soldiers. This experience was profound, exposing her to the realities of war and human suffering, and it played a role in shaping her humanitarian views. After the war, Amelia attended Columbia University for a brief period, intending to study medicine, but she did not complete her degree. It was during a visit to an airfair in Long Beach with her father in 1920 that Amelia's passion for aviation was truly ignited. After a 10-minute flight that cost her father $10, Amelia knew she had to fly. She worked various jobs, including as a truck driver and photographer, to save for flying lessons. Under the guidance of her instructor, Netta Snook, a pioneering female aviator, Amelia quickly excelled in flying, purchasing her first plane, a second-hand Kinner Airster, which she affectionately named the Canary. Amelia Earhart's aviation career was marked by a series of significant achievements that not only advanced her career but also broke societal barriers. In 1928, she became the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean, albeit as a passenger, earning her the nickname Lady Lindy after Charles Lindbergh. This flight brought her international fame, and she began to promote aviation in lectures and writings. Her true moment of glory came in 1932, when she became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic. a feat that earned her the Distinguished Flying Cross from the U.S. Congress, the first ever awarded to a woman. Her other notable achievements include being the first person to fly solo across the Pacific from Honolulu to Oakland, California, and setting numerous speed and distance records. Throughout her career, Earhart was deeply involved in promoting commercial air travel and played a significant role in the formation of the 99s, an organization for female pilots. She authored best-selling books about her flying experiences, contributing significantly to the public's interest in aviation. Earhart's journey was not without its challenges. She faced and overcame significant obstacles, both in her personal life and aviation career. The societal norms of the early 20th century were not favorable to women pursuing careers, let alone in a field as risky and male-dominated as aviation. She often had to fight stereotypes and prove her abilities in a world that doubted women's capabilities in such endeavors. Financial difficulties were a constant in Earhart's life. Funding her flying ambitions often meant relying on her family, her husband, George Putnam, and her own ingenuity in creating income through writing, lecturing, and endorsements. Her determination to succeed, despite these challenges, was a testament to her resilience and commitment to her passion for flying. Amelia Earhart's personal life was as compelling as her public persona. Her marriage to George Putnam in 1931 was based on mutual respect and understanding. Putnam, a successful publisher, was instrumental in managing Amelia's career, but their relationship was far from traditional. Before marrying, Amelia presented George with a letter setting forth her expectations for an equal partnership, a reflection of her independent spirit. Her friendships and relationships within the aviation community were also significant. She was close to many notable figures of her time, including Eleanor Roosevelt, with whom she shared a passion for women's rights. These relationships provided her with both emotional support and professional networks that were crucial in her career. Amelia Earhart's legacy extends far beyond her records and achievements in aviation. She became a symbol of the power and potential of women, challenging the norms and expectations of her time. Her efforts in promoting aviation, especially for women, laid the groundwork for future generations of female pilots. Her mysterious disappearance in 1937, while attempting to circumnavigate the globe, has fueled decades of speculation and research, adding to her legend. However, the most enduring aspect of her legacy is her role as a trailblazer for women's rights and her contribution to the field of aviation. Today, she is remembered not only as a pioneering aviator, but also as an enduring icon of courage, determination, and the relentless pursuit of one's dreams. To understand the psyche of Amelia Earhart, one must delve into the confluence of her upbringing, personal experiences, and the era she lived in, all of which shaped her unique thought patterns and behaviors. Childhood and family influence. Earhart's early life was marked by a sense of adventure and independence, fostered by her mother, who did not believe in molding her children into nice little girls. This unconventional upbringing likely instilled in Earhart a belief in gender equality and a disregard for societal norms that restricted women's roles. The instability and challenges faced due to her father's alcoholism and the family's financial difficulties may have contributed to her resilience and self-reliance, qualities that were evident in her later life. Desire for adventure and challenge. Earhart's pursuit of flying, a high-risk and male-dominated field at the time, indicates a strong desire for adventure and challenge. This inclination can be seen as a manifestation of her need for autonomy and self-actualization, traits emphasized in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Her repeated record-breaking attempts and her final ill-fated flight around the world suggest a personality that thrived on pushing boundaries and exploring uncharted territories. Response to gender norms. Living in an era when women were fighting for their rights, Earhart's actions and choices reflect a nonconformist stance. She was not just a pilot, she was a woman pilot, constantly challenging the gender norms of her time. This aspect of her personality points to a strong sense of identity and a nonconformist mindset. Her approach to marriage, demanding equal partnership and maintaining her independence, further underscores her progressive views on gender roles. Psychological resilience. Earhart's ability to face and overcome numerous challenges, including those in her aviation career, speaks to her psychological resilience. This resilience might have been a coping mechanism developed in response to her early family life's uncertainties. Her persistence in the face of adversity and her ability to remain focused on her goals demonstrate a high level of emotional intelligence and self-regulation. Social and emotional intelligence. Earhart's success in garnering support for her flying endeavors, her ability to engage with the public, and her relationships with influential figures of her time, like Eleanor Roosevelt, indicate a high level of social and emotional intelligence. She was adept at navigating the social dynamics of her era, using her charm and charisma to further her goals and advocate for women's rights. Risk-taking and final flight. Earhart's decision to attempt a flight around the world can be viewed through the lens of a risk-taker's psychology. This decision, while in line with her adventurous spirit, also suggests a complex interplay of ambition, a desire for ultimate achievement, and perhaps an underestimation of risk, a trait sometimes seen in high achievers who push the limits of possibility. In conclusion, Amelia Earhart's thought patterns and behaviors reflect a combination of resilience, nonconformity, adventure-seeking, and emotional intelligence, shaped by her early experiences and the historical context of her time. Her life can be seen as a continuous pursuit of self-actualization, breaking away from traditional gender roles, and a relentless quest for new challenges. Her story resonates with those who value independence, equality, and the courage to explore the unknown. Here are 10 things most people don't know about Amelia Earhart. Amelia had a lifelong love for writing and kept journals from a young age. She was an early advocate for commercial air travel, envisioning a future where it would become commonplace. Earhart was deeply interested in engineering and worked closely with engineers to design modifications for her planes. She had a brief stint as a fashion designer, creating a line of practical, comfortable, and affordable women's clothing. Amelia was a member of the Cosmopolitan Club, a social organization for independent women. She had a strong interest in poetry and often cited it as a source of inspiration and comfort. Earhart was an accomplished photographer, documenting her travels and experiences in unique and personal ways. She was deeply involved in the development of Purdue University's aviation technology program. Amelia had a custom-built Lockheed Electra, funded by Purdue University, for her around-the-world flight. She was known for her sense of humor, often using it to diffuse tense situations or to make a point in her lectures and writings. Here are 3 great quotes from Amelia. "The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. Never interrupt someone doing something you said couldn't be done. Courage is the price that life exacts for granting peace." Amelia Earhart's life, filled with groundbreaking achievements and an indomitable spirit, met a mysterious and tragic end that continues to captivate the world. On July 2, 1937, Earhart and her navigator, Fred Noonan, embarked on one of the most challenging legs of their around-the-world flight, from Lae, New Guinea, to Howland Island in the Pacific. Despite meticulous planning, the flight encountered numerous challenges, including unfavorable weather conditions and problematic radio communications. As they approached Howland Island, their radio transmissions became increasingly sporadic and confused. The U.S. Coast Guard cutter Itasca, stationed near Howland Island to assist in navigation, received Earhart's last known transmission, indicating they were running low on fuel and could not locate the island. Despite an extensive and costly search by the U.S. government, no trace of Earhart, Noonan, or their Lockheed Electra airplane was ever found. The disappearance of Amelia Earhart remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. The impact of Earhart's disappearance on the community and the world was profound. She was not only a celebrated aviator, but also a symbol of women's empowerment and courage. Her loss was felt deeply across the globe, and it sparked a wave of speculation and theories about her fate that continue to this day. The mystery surrounding her disappearance has led to numerous expeditions and investigations, but none have conclusively solved the puzzle of what happened to Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan on that fateful day. In the wake of her disappearance, memorials and tributes were established to honor her life and legacy. The Amelia Earhart Memorial Scholarships were established to support women pursuing careers in aviation. Museums, statues, and plaques have been dedicated in her memory across the United States and around the world. Annual events, such as the Amelia Earhart Festival in Atchison, Kansas, celebrate her life and achievements, keeping her memory alive for new generations. Amelia Earhart's life and mysterious end serve as a reminder of the risks inherent in pushing the boundaries of human capability and exploration. Her legacy continues to inspire adventurers, aviators, and women to pursue their dreams with courage and determination. As we close this chapter on Amelia Earhart's remarkable life, we are left to ponder the lasting impact of her journey, a journey that, in its abrupt and unresolved end, challenges us to keep seeking answers and to continue exploring the unknown.